Today we are at the Chateau Thomas Winery in Plainfield, Indiana with Dr. Charles Thomas, who will be doing a program at Central Library on Saturday, December 14th at 1 p.m. talking about his book, Practical Wine Talk and Holiday Pairings for Wines. Dr. Thomas, thank you for joining us on the program today. First of all, we're in your beautiful Chateau Thomas Winery here in Plainfield. Tell us about your shop.
Well, it's been here 15 years now. We used to be in downtown Indianapolis, some people may recall. We moved from Indianapolis to here in Plainfield, and we are just off of I-70, 15 minutes from the circle. So we feel like it's really a good location, and this interstate interchange is all retail rather than the others that are all industrial.
It's very beautiful, and I understand you do not grow your own grapes in this area.
No, we don't.
Do buy them from California.
Yeah, we leave growing the grapes up to the professionals,
Okay.
and we feel like that in California we find the best grapes we've tasted, and so we want to make our wine out of the best grapes we can.
Again, the book, Practical Wine Talk, a Physician-Winemaker Examines Wine. You were a practicing gynecologist with a hobby for wine, and now the wine has kind of become your life, correct?
Right.
What about the program that you'll be doing at Central Library? What will people experience at Practical Wine Talk?
Well, my program is a PowerPoint program, and what I do, I go through the book. I mean, after an introduction, I go through the book and just explain what the various chapters are and what they tell the reader. And I sort of take wine from A to Z. I talk about how wine is made and what it's made from, and the various components of wine that the taster will realize as they taste, and how to understand the various things about the wine when you're tasting so that you get the most out of it. And then I talk about what different kind of wines there are and some of the defects that you need to be aware of so that you get the most enjoyment. And then we move on to talking several chapters on the tools that we use and gadgets that people use to open wine and serve wine and all that. And then we talk about the various kinds of things that wine goes with, and we pair wine and food, and all that gets built into the book, and then from there we sort of gently move on to the medical benefits of wine drinking, as well as the risks of wine drinking, and we put it all out there. And naturally, my favorites are the ladies, and I took care of them for years and years, and so I need in the book to make sure that the women understand that they are not the same as men when it comes to drinking alcohol. And so I have that section in there for them.
Now, one of the main emphasis for your program is holiday wine pairings. What are some of the considerations as we head into this holiday season for people to pair their wines, especially for the holidays?
Well, I think it's important to, the one thing that you have to start with is the premise that wine is food. It is not liquor. It is not hard alcohol or anything like that. Wine is a food, and the wine is only 11 to 14% alcohol by and large, and so wine is a dinner beverage, and people do drink it as a cocktail beverage, but that's not its original intention.
Okay.
And it marries with the food. It makes the food taste better, and it makes the food makes the wine taste better. So the whole secret is to put the two together so that you get 2 + 2 = 4, or 5, or 6. And so that's the whole idea, is to try to enhance one's experience gastronomically as well as enologically with the wine.
Let me ask you, myth or fact, drinking a glass of red wine a day is good for you?
Absolutely. I mean, There are some people that perhaps may not gain as much benefit from drinking a glass of wine every day as others for some genetic reasons. But by and large, the idea is that it's been shown that a glass of wine with the evening meal causes the blood not to clot. Not at all, but it causes it not to clot, relatively speaking, at a lower rate, so that there's a 24-hour period after consumption of the wine where you're just not as apt to clot and therefore not as apt to have a heart attack. So it's not how much wine you drink, it's how often you drink.
I see.
So that's the secret.
Okay.
And if you just have a glass every day, you'll lower your heart attack rate by 50%.
Good thing to keep in mind. And you'll hear more from Dr. Charles Thomas at his program coming up on Saturday, December 14th at 1 p.m. at Central Library in the Riley Room. His book will be available for sales and signing. Practical Wine Talk, a Physician-Winemaker Examines Wine. Dr. Charles Thomas with the Chateau Thomas Winery here in Plainfield. And we want to close by reading what I think is just a very beautiful poem on the back of your book. God in his goodness sent the grapes to cheer both great and small. Little fools will drink too much, and great fools none at all. What a great poem.
And it was written in 1811.
Very good. Dr. Thomas, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank
and
you.
We'll see you to the program December 14th at Central Library.